Hello and welcome Dr. Rosberg's AP US History to the library's tutorial on databases. So I'm really excited to show you some of the resources that our library has that can help you both in databases and also with our library's catalog. So first, what is a database? How can we describe it? Can I have any hands? Yes? Yes, it's a way of storing and organizing information. That's really perfect. Not only that, it's a way to make information easily searched and retrieved, which you will find today. The databases that I'll show you are specifically designed to make research and learning more effective by providing you with just one single source for searching that'll give you a vast array of content. So another way you can think of databases is like a library. Just like our library has many books that could be organized by author, title, maybe even some books are organized by subject. A database is organized into tables, rows, and columns. This makes it easy to find specific information quickly and efficiently. So you may not know, or you may already know, that databases are used in everyday things that we use, like Amazon.com, Facebook, and even Schoology, our school's grading system. So the databases that we're looking at today are a suite of online research tools. They provide access to academic content, including journal articles, magazines, and reference materials, and these are specifically for students and for educators. So I hope that you'll find this to be an efficient way to access some information about your topic. So Dr. Rosberg tells me that you are researching the United States in World War II. So what we want to do is really hone in on the US's involvement in World War II. So for example, I'm sure you've talked about when the US started fighting in World War II and how that came about with the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941. Essentially, this ended the debate over American intervention, and the day after the attack, war was declared on Japan. So that's a particular topic we can look at. So here we are in McInVIA, which you can see, and we're going to go down to databases and click here. And so there are many different databases that we can use for the U.S. history and the U.S. involvement in World War II. One is right here. It's ABC Clio Solutions on American history. We could also start with some information in an encyclopedia with here, Britannical School. An encyclopedia is a great way just to get your feet wet. Information is presented in a really clear, accessible manner. It oftentimes has photographs, illustration, maps, and charts. So let's go ahead and click on Britannica School, our online encyclopedia. So we're going to head into Britannica School, our encyclopedia. Again, it's a good way to help bring the content to life and to just get sort of a nice overview. So in search, we can type in World War II, the search bar at the top, and we will view all results for World War II. And we get at the very top World War II, 1939 to 1945. We'll click here and we'll get a nice little introduction about World War II. There are some interactive infographics. There are some photos, images, and videos. And you'll also find related content. So we have 245 results of related content. So here it's by individual. We can also look in primary sources and ebooks and the web's best sites. There's a table of contents. So here we can see the introduction, but it's also divided up into Axis initiative and Allied reaction, the Allies' first decisive successes, Allied landings in Europe and the defeat of the Axis powers, and then some additional reading. So additional reading can be a good place to go. You can find surveys, documentaries, scholarly views and articles, and some official histories. Okay, so that's just an example of getting a peek at the information and getting your feet wet. The database I'd really like to show you is called Gale in Context High School, and it's found right here. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. And I think this database has some really cool features. So we're going to start here with the search bar, and we'll just start with a regular search and type in World War II. So it auto-populates there. Again, we have an introduction. We can read more. And what I really like about this site is that it shows the contents of the article the way, just in a similar fashion that the encyclopedia did, but also we have all of these related subjects. So this could really help you when you're brainstorming your topic for U.S. Involvement in World War II. Also, if you scroll down to the very bottom, there is a citation generator. So we'll pick APA 7th. If you just hit select, it automatically copies and you can post it into your bibliography. You could also save it into your EasyBib or RefWorks or on your Google Drive. So it's a good way to keep track of all of the information that you're starting to, cull and take a look at before you synthesize it and write your actual document. So here we've got a little timeline in the sidebar. These blue sidebars are really helpful. There's critical thinking questions. I just think that the way that the interface is presented is really easy to see. I'd also like to show you an advanced search. So if you click on the tiny advanced search right here, let's type in World War II. Instead of keyword, we're going to select subject right here. And we're going to do United States. Now, you might notice also subject here. You can do subject or keyword, but I'm choosing subject for today. You might notice that the terms that I selected are in quotes, so it's looking for these exact terms that are tagged with this subject. And we'll go ahead and click search. And you could see 118 reference sources for the US in World War II, which is really fantastic, I think, for your topic that you're working on for Dr. Rosberg. You can see up here for the content types, you can pick reference, you can go with primary sources, you can choose biographies or academic journals. It's really fantastic the way it's laid out. So let's say you're interested in African Americans during World War II. Again, you can go to related subjects. It'll show you African American soldiers, the Allies, Axis, United States Army, and Tuskegee Airmen. It also shows you World War II in a historical context. So say you picked the Tuskegee Airmen as your topic, specific to the U.S. involvement in World War II. You'll have a lot of information here under the African Americans in World War II Gale in Context online collection, which we can click on here. This is the first thing that we selected. Again, I think it's a really robust search opportunity here through advanced search where you can do World War II and United States. You could also do World War II in subject and then African Americans also in subject and hit search. Oops, I spelled World War wrong. Let's try that again. Let's add the L. And it automatically adds for us the date range because that's how the subject is tagged in this particular database. And so here you have a filtered view of your hits for African Americans in World War II. It's nice because you're not overloaded with information and you have some topics that you can search for here. I'd like to draw your attention to this topic finder here. It's a really cool feature that Gale has. So here we have different kinds of tiles that appear. It's a great visual representation for the words and subjects that are found the most often in your text. So if we click on African American soldiers, you can then click on World War II and see what comes up. So let's go back and do that again. You have African American soldiers, or you can do United States. The Double V campaign in World War II Hawaii, African Americans, racial ideology and federal power. Chronicles of Black Courage. These are all really excellent subject headings for you. And that was by going to United States. So back to advanced search. Another way you can find Topic Finder is when you're in the advanced search. It's the third one here, Topic Finder. Okay, fantastic. So now I'd like to move on to our library's catalog. Now this is a different type of database. So what we're going to find in our search results, they're not going to be as robust as in those electronic resources I just showed you, like the Gale and Context. So here we have what most of you see when you log into our catalog, the basic search bar. Instead, we're going to click on Power. And a power search in Destiny is equivalent to an advanced search in Gale. So we're going to go ahead and go to Subject, and we're going to type in, actually, you know what? Let's go back. I want to show you the basic search because this is really interesting. We're going to type in World War II. We're going to hit Subject. And you're going to get nothing. Oh my God, what does this mean? Don't freak out. This does not mean that the library has no books on World War II. Instead, we're going to go ahead and browse subjects. If you click on Browse Subjects, you'll be hopefully pleasantly surprised at what you find. So we're going to go to World War II, 1939 to 1945. Click on it. And then you can see all of the options here. You can use the arrow to scroll through. And you can see tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of different subjects in your search results that might be of help to you. So this is broken down by subject. We can even look for United States. So something I'd really like to show you for the power search is this feature over here. You can see the options in the drop-down menu are all these words, any of these words, and this exact phrase. So this exact phrase is just like what we did in the Gale database with the quotation marks. It's going to be the order of words in the exact same order that they're in. So World War II is going to appear just like World War II, not War II, not Two World War, just exactly in that order. And so say we want to do subject for this, and then subject also, we're going to type in women because Susan said that she wanted to focus on the role of women in World War II in the United States. So for women, it's just one word. So we could also say all of these words, any of these words. It doesn't matter for this one. And then we'll go ahead and click search and see what comes up. And we have nothing. So what that means is maybe we were too restrictive. For World War II, let's try any of these words. And for the subject, also women. And instead of all these words, let's just say this exact phrase. And go ahead and click search. So this is really worth playing around with because now we have 14 hits. Now some are not going to be germane. You're going to see women in World War I, women in the Civil War. But then you're also going to find gems like The Girls of Atomic City, the untold story of women who helped win World War II. So that could be something that's helpful to you, even though it might not give you every result. You can refine your search and we can continue to play around with this. World War II, let's try this exact phrase. Actually, we did that one and it turned out to not give us any hits. Let's try African Americans. So again, we're going to do any of these words, African Americans, this exact phrase, hit search and see what we get. So here we have quite a few. Again, not all are going to be germane to your topic, but we do have America's first Black paratroopers, and you can see here we have United States, and you can see a 5 next to it. If we click on that, you're going to find some results here. Now, some, as you might notice here, fiction, KAD, this is not a work of nonfiction, so it's maybe not something that you would be interested in, but here we have 2 nonfiction, we have a biography, and this should be something interesting here. WebPath Express results. Let's check this out. This is from the Library of Congress. It's going to take you to an outside website. And it's a broken link. So we are just not even going to pay attention to that. Let's just try another one. World War II, Part 1, Crash Course U.S. History. That might be something interesting. So that could be something worth looking at. So we're going to go ahead and do an advanced search because this is what I wanted to show you. So you go to Power. Again, Power Search in Destiny is the same as advanced search in the Gale Context High School database. So let's just take a moment to turn and talk to our elbow partners to brainstorm some topics of interest for the United States involvement in World War II. It seems like many of you already came prepared to the session with the topics that you're interested in, which is fantastic because now you have the tools at your disposal to check out that American History database, the Gale Context High School database, and we can just go back over and I can show you where those live. So in the top row, we have American History. And actually, if we just click on that really quickly, I can show you what that looks like. But as I was saying, you have the tools at your disposal, both in the library catalog and in our databases. You can explore by time period. So if you just scroll here to the right, you should be able to find World War II and the Cold War era. And here it breaks it down into different centers of topics and also by decade as well. So perhaps that'll be helpful. Also, you can look at encyclopedias. And I showed you Britannical School. And then we have Gale Context High School as some of the resources from you. So I see we have a question, and the question relates to destiny searching. So fantastic. Okay, so Seth wants to know why we keep hitting subject for our subject searches. So both in the Power, let's just go here and do a quick little demo. So you could do keyword or subject. And the reason why, Seth, is that we're browsing for topics in the library's catalog. So that can automatically eliminate the author or the title searches. If you go back to basic, it eliminates the title and the author. And so we're left with keyword and subject. So that's what's best for browsing. Okay, fantastic. Yes. Another great question is in the Power search. You notice the and, or, and the not. And there's a little question mark here. Those are called Boolean operators. And I created a little handout for you on Boolean operators and how to use them. But also Destiny has kind of a little cheat sheet for how you can use these resources. So if you're going to do and, for example, World War II and women, you want to include both. If you say World War II or women, it could come up with hits for women or just World War II. And if you did World War II not women, it would just be World War II and not women. So hopefully that was helpful. I really enjoyed meeting with you all today. Please feel free to come to the library at any time to ask about our resources, help with citations, help with searching, help with using Destiny to do some power searches, we are here to help you. Thanks again. Good luck.